if I can ask you about the CBC meeting that's happening this afternoon as well. We heard during the Tyre Nichols service yesterday from the Vice President, who said of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act that it was, quote, non-negotiable. Yesterday in our exchange, you said that the White House was open to supporting something as long as it was done in a bipartisan fashion. So is it non-negotiable that it must be the Justice and Policing Act as it exists, or is the White House open to something that's different than that if it's done in a bipartisan form?
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think what
One could be different than the Justice and Policing Act if it's done in a bipartisan form.
I think what you saw very passionately from the Vice President, and I heard that part. I watched her as well. What she was trying to say is we need to get something done. Enough is enough. We need to get this done. We need to get a policy, a police reform that is transformational, that is actually going to bring forth real change. And the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act is part of that. It is one step in getting to a place where it is the law of the land. That's why the president has said many times before, we need to take legislative action. We need Congress to act so that we can see change in states and in cities. Right now, as you know, I just laid this out. I've laid it out yesterday. I laid it out just now. The president took executive action, but that's on the federal level. When you think about law enforcement in the federal level, and so look, what we heard from the vice president was passion. What we heard from the vice president yesterday was meeting the moment and being there for a family that is grieving, a family that had to watch a video of their child being brutalized. And so she was there comforting and being passionate about an issue that is incredibly important to the president and clearly to her.
I want to let others go, but just to be very clear, so is it negotiable that there is something that achieves police reform if it does not come in the form of the Justice and Policing Act?
So what I can say is the president supported the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act last session. He supports it now again, right? He was very clear when he spoke to Tyre Nichols' family, his mother and his stepdad. He said that he was going to do everything that he can to encourage and ask Congress to act. That still stays the same. Now he's meeting with Congressional Black Caucus to see what can we do? How do we move forward? Sometimes, and this is a reality, we know how Congress works, right? Sometimes it's going to look different. And so that is okay, right, if it's going to look different. But what we know that has been introduced in the past, that is clearly available to us, is the George Floyd and Justice and Policing Act. So of course we're going to continue to call for that. But there is going to be conversations, and we'll see where those conversations go.